Hey everyone, my name is Tommy Martin, and this is the first video, the introduction video to a video log that I'm starting. Myself, my fiance, she's wonderful, and one of my good buddies are starting a website called www.basicfitness.org. And so BASIC stands for Becoming a Soldier in Christ. Okay, and then so what we want to gear this towards is people just like you, just like me, that are trying to pursue our dreams, trying to pursue our walk with Christ to the best of our ability, but also keep up with this healthy and this kind of fitness lifestyle. Okay, and so what I wanted this video log to do is kind of walk through my daily life of how I do things. And it's by no means perfect. You'll get to see where I struggle, how I meal prep, when I Bible study, how I do all that. And so I just want to share with you guys my life as a medical student. I start clinical rotations tomorrow, which is super exciting. It's a family medicine here in Chicago, and I have that for 4 weeks. But then also how I meal prep, how I work out, all of those things, and how we can try to balance those things. Okay, because we know that life gets hectic, life gets hard. There's obstacles, there's struggles, tons of temptation thrown our way. So how can we walk through this and keep a balance in all this area of our life? So that's what I want this video log to be, okay? And so what you're going to see today, it's a Sunday, so I'm going to show you how I meal prep. It'll be a little different than normal, but you'll get to see how I meal prep. I'm going to a new church, City of Chicago church. Pretty pumped about that. And then I'm going to get a workout in today. Okay, so again, this is just an introduction video. And so I hope you enjoy this video series. And we'll have more videos coming up on basic fitness about telling more about what basic fitness is. But this is just an introduction to a day in the life of a medical student that is trying his hardest to stay in pursuit of Christ, along with the dreams that God's placed on his heart and with a healthy lifestyle. I love you guys so much. I hope you like this video series. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd love to answer them. I'll talk to you guys soon. I forgot to put this in the last video, but I want you guys to know that we're not saying we have this all figured out. We're not saying we're perfect in the fitness world, by no means, but in the food world, in the health world, or our spiritual walk, we have so many struggles and we have so many downfalls. But that's what we want this to be, is we want to share with you these things and the real struggles of it and how we try to get through this. Okay, so we want to be in this together, and we don't want you guys to think that we're claiming to have it all figured out, because we don't, by no means. But what we can promise you is that we're here for you guys, and we can work on this together. Iron sharpens iron. So let's get to it. I'm excited to start this video log with you guys, getting to kind of see how this works. I'm going to do about 3 days of family medicine rotations, and then I'll do an update every week. And then later on, I'll kind of do an actual layout of my week-to-week meal plan, my week-to-week workout plan, how I Bible study, and things like that. Okay, so let's get started. Love you guys. Protein powder, and then in that I'm going to put some cinnamon and probably some stevia. Now, honestly, I'm a Splenda fan. Don't get mad at me, but I had some stevia, so that's what I'm going to use. And then for my next meal prep, what I'm going to do really quick is, most of the time I bake my chicken. And so I'll cook about 8 pounds of chicken. I'll cook it at 285 for an hour. I'll use all my seasonings, which I can show you guys a bit later. But for this first week, I'm actually going to use the crock pot. I prefer baking, but I am going to use the crock pot. So what I'm going to cook today is about 2 pounds of this Stay Fit, no, it's Fit and Active turkey breast tenderloins, and they are delicious and incredible macros on those, so some good lean protein. And I'm also going to cook this 5 pounds of chicken. So that'll be about 7 pounds of meat I'm going to be cooking today. And again, I'm just going to cook it in the crock pot. So what I do when I don't bake it, so like I said, when I bake it, I cook the chicken for an hour at 285 for about 8 pounds of chicken. In the crock pot, I just cook it on low for 4 to 5 hours until it's done. And I just throw all my seasonings in there, okay? So that will be that. And so for lunch and dinner, I eat 8 ounces of chicken or some kind of lean meat, 8 ounces of it. I eat 1 cup of rice or 195 grams of rice, and so I'm going to be cooking that later too. And so again, I'm buying all my groceries right now, and I am a poor college student, so this is kind of what I'm going to be doing for my carb source. Normally, I love sweet potatoes, and I eat them for lunch and dinner every day, and that's just because I love sweet potatoes. But since I have an excess of rice and noodles, I'm going to switch it up and eat those just to kind of save money. If I get sick of it, I'll probably bite the bullet and go buy sweet potatoes. They're not that expensive anyway. But so I just got this brown rice. And so I'm just going to boil this and put some seasoning in it. And it should be alright. And then for my meals, I eat, for lunch and dinner, I eat as many green veggies as I want. So I have some canned green beans and stuff up here. I don't know if I'll eat those. I may, but I'm going to go get some fresh veggies and stuff to make a salad today. So just to lay it out for you guys, in kind of a layout form. Right now I'm trying to cut weight. So to do that, I eat at 24, oh, just to cut myself shaving. I eat 2,400 calories a day. I try to keep my protein around 260 grams, and my carbs and fats fluctuate a little bit depending if I'm carb cycling or not. Okay, and so for breakfast, I eat 80 grams of oatmeal with 2 scoops of protein powder, and then for lunch, I am going to eat 8 ounces of a lean meat with 195 grams of rice or 250 grams of sweet potatoes, and then as many green veggies as I want. Okay, and then for dinner, I eat that exact same meal. So I cut the carbs back a little bit. So I'll eat about 150 grams of rice or 200 grams of sweet potatoes with 8 ounces of chicken and as many green veggies as I want. I'll have 2 scoops of my protein after I work out. And then, so that'll put me around 2,000 calories. And then throughout the day, because I like to try to eat every 3 hours because we really want to keep that metabolism going. We want to keep it churning, right? And so what I'll do is in between breakfast and lunch, I'll have a small snack. And then between lunch and dinner, I'll have a small snack. And then sometimes before bed, if I haven't met my macros yet, then I might have a protein shake or something. But my snacks, I think this week are going to consist of, we have some edamame. So I'll probably have edamame for a snack, 140 calories a serving, not too bad. And then I also have some, I love this, some Skippy peanut butter, my fiance's favorite. Her name's Phoebe, by the way. She's incredible. And then also I'll have some almonds. I might throw this into my oatmeal, so add some calories there. So that's pretty much what I do. So I can show you the process of actually cooking the chicken and stuff a little bit later, but that's my meal plan, and really it's pretty easy. I'll just cook all the chicken, cook all the rice, get it into my mini fridge, staying at a friend's house for this next 4 weeks, and then you know, a lot of people package it up individually into their containers, which these containers are great, right here. But I personally, I'll just put the chicken in a big bowl, like I already have some made up, like that, and I'll do the same thing with the rice, and then I just make my meals the night before. And I do weigh everything out, like I said, so get a scale. In between breakfast and lunch, I'll have a small snack, and then between lunch and dinner, I'll have a small snack, and then sometimes before bed, if I haven't met my macros yet, then I might have a protein shake or something. But my snacks, I think this week are going to consist of, we have some edamame. So I'll probably have edamame for a snack, 140 calories a serving, not too bad. And then I also have some, I love this, some Skippy peanut butter, my fiance's favorite. Her name's Phoebe, by the way. She's incredible. And then also I'll have some almonds. I might throw this into my oatmeal, so add some calories there. So that's pretty much what I do. So I can show you the process of actually cooking the chicken and stuff a little bit later, but that's my meal plan, and really it's pretty easy. I'll just cook all the chicken, cook all the rice, get it into my mini fridge, staying at a friend's house for this next 4 weeks, and then you know, a lot of people package it up individually into their containers, which these containers are great, right here. But I personally, I'll just put the chicken in a big bowl, like I already have some made up, like that, and I'll do the same thing with the rice, and then I just make my meals the night before. And I do weigh everything out, like I said, so get a scale. And then some other basic tips for your meal plan is to make sure that you have MyFitnessPal and use MyFitnessPal, enter everything in it, because you need to know what you're putting in your body. A lot of people think they know, and they'll say, oh, I'm eating this X amount, but then when they actually weigh it out and stuff, they're way off. Okay, so weigh it out, enter it in MyFitnessPal, and you should be good to go. Alright, so this video is pretty long as well, about 8.5 minutes. Might try to cut some of it out. But, so that's what I'm going to do today. That's going to be my week of meals. I know some people say, how do you do that? How do you eat the same thing every single day? Well, I love it. So honestly, I like chicken, I like rice, I like sweet potatoes, I like those things. So find something you like. And that turkey loin, Fit and Active turkey loin, is delicious. So if you get sick of chicken, try it out. Alright, and I'm not opposed to lean meat, or lean beef, as I have a bunch up there in my mini fridge. So you might see that in later weeks. Alright, so now I better get to church or I will be late. Love you guys. I'll see you later for the workout. So I actually have a little bit more time than what I thought before church. I got about 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do is meal prep a little bit. So myself personally, I usually would be carb cycling right now, but for this first week of rotations, to kind of get into the groove of things, I'm just going to do a straight up split, have moderate carbs, and then keep my fats real low. Okay, and so right now what I'm doing is I'm trying to cut down to 170. A lot of people have been asking me why, and the reason being is for fun, okay, and I want to see if I can, and then from there I'll move up and try to do that. So the cutting process, I started at 206 in January, and right now I am about 179 probably. I did get down to 175, but I went to Massachusetts to visit my fiance and ate a lot of food, gained 16 pounds. But then I've dropped a lot of it because you hold a lot of water when you just gorge on a lot of good food. Okay, so what I'm starting off with here is I usually like to have the majority, I wouldn't say majority, but a good portion of carbs in the morning. So if I'm not at home, which I'm not right now, and I'm paying for all my own groceries, I use a lot more protein shakes. But normally what I would have for breakfast at home, when my mom's helping me out with the groceries, would be a cup of oatmeal and 10 egg whites. Okay, so what I'm doing today is I've got my oats right here. Okay, and so I do 80 grams of oats, which is equivalent to a cup, but I normally weigh it out. So I'm just going to pour 80 grams in here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but if you can, 80 grams. And you can get a food scale. I highly recommend them. But as you can see, 81, close enough. A food scale, they're super cheap. You can get them for like $5-10 at Walmart or your closest store. And then, so like I said, since I am buying all my own groceries and eggs are really expensive in Chicago, like $2.50 a dozen. At home, I get them for 68 cents. So this is a little bit crazy. But what I'm going to do is mix in 2 scoops of my Impact Whey protein. Okay, and so I shop at My Protein mainly. Absolutely love it. They have incredible flavors. They have tons of a huge product line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 80 grams of oatmeal, 2 scoops of protein powder, and then in that I'm going to put some cinnamon and probably some stevia.